How you going, Stayer Off Grid here. I'm just looking at the Maricat and I'd like to discuss the different types of Maricat 4.3. So I did a video last time just kind of basically on sloop, cat rig, sloop rig and super sloop rig. And now I want to discuss the different types of platforms, which we call it a platform. Is consisting of the hulls, the beams and the trampoline. Alright, so the first boat that came out in the late 70s was the Mark 1 boat. There's basically three types of Maricat 4.3. Mark 1 come out in the late 70s. Mark 2 come out after that, not sure which year. And then there is a Mark 2. There's two different types of Mark II. There's a Mark II that is a GRP hull. That's glass reinforced plastic, which we call fiberglass. And then there's a foam sandwich construction hull. The boats look exactly the same. It's just the internal construction that makes them which is different. Foam sandwich is possibly a stiffer boat and lighter. Okay, so it ends up, fiberglass is probably a lot thinner, and then what they have is fiberglass, foam and fiberglass, which is what they call foam sandwich. So my boat is the foam sandwich boat. So let's have a look at that first. So all of the boats have the same front beam and it's laying horizontal like that. You'll notice the difference on the back beam, it's on an angle. Okay, so the rear beam on the Mark II's foam sandwich and the GRP hulls, I've got the cover off here, so if you're wondering why that looks like that. The Mark II's have the traveller combined into this beam, okay? And the Mark 1 has the beam, looks exactly like the front beam, and then it's got a traveller over the back of it, like separate, okay? So that's how you tell the difference with that. So Mark 1 first up, you can tell straight away that it's got a traveller behind the beam. Okay, so how do we identify the foam sandwich? Well, this is the interesting bit. Now, if it was Mark 1, it's got a bung here that you unscrew to get water out of the boat. Tip the boat up on an angle, the water comes out. If it's Mark II GRP hull, fiberglass hull, it's got a bung you undo to let the water out. Now, if it's foam sandwich like this, it doesn't have one. So what it's got is another hatch at the back. That hatch is halfway between the beam and the back. It's important to remember that. So why that's there is that now to get the water out of the boat, you just tip the boat up on an angle so the water drains to the back. So we get a foam in here. We've got a piece of foam, and that just sucks the water up and you can bring it out, drain it out. And I've just got these open to dry, make sure they're dry at the moment. Now that we've said that having a hatch at the back is a foam sandwich, there are Mark 1 boats and Mark 2 boats that don't have a bung here, but they're not from factory like that. So what people have done is that they've got rid of the bung, they've glassed this over so it doesn't have a bung there at all. They've put a hatch here so that they can put their arm in and basically get to this point here to fiberglass the side of it. So now these bungs are that were there on those boats are notorious for leaking. So now that problem's gone and the boat's not leaking. So technically those boats look exactly like a foam sandwich, but I did notice the ones I've seen that hatch was a little bit further back so that they could reach their arm into the back. I've only got a small arm, like tiny arm, but I can actually get to the back. I'm actually touching, like I'm feeling the back of that. So that's my arm. Imagine my arm's going in there. I can reach that, right? To glass it. Buy a boat and someone tells you it's a foamy, but it's not. So next thing you want to know, all right, well, if it's exactly the same and this is in the middle, how do I tell if it's a foamy or a fiberglass one? From what I've learnt is you probably won't see. Oh, I was trying to get some sun in there. All right, well, when you get your hand in here and you feel the fiberglass, not that I can show you, I can't even get the GoPro in there. Well, actually, let's have a go. It's smooth fiberglass, and also if you put your fingers right up to the top. So just here, you can feel the foam in it. It's got a little lip there, and you can actually feel the thickness, which is about, I don't know, 25 mil, that's my guess, of that foam actual sheet in there. And the fiberglass is smooth, okay? If it's GRP hull, glass reinforced plastic. Also, the first foam sandwich hulls had a serial number here at the back, just under the deck. So I have seen some of those, the first ones where the numbers are 29 something. And whereas these the number on the later foam sandwiches started at I think somewhere around 590 or 80. So this mine's 5604, same as my sale number. Now Mark 1 and Mark 2, you won't find the serial numbers. Apparently they're actually under the beam here or on the other side, not sure. They're just written in there apparently. But you're not going to look at that, so to find you don't want to be taking these undone. All right, that's me, Stay Off Grid. I hope that helps you out. If you want to leave some comments on anything, or anyone wants to fill me in on some more information, or ask me if I can do a video on something, I will. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you very much. See you later.